morning dear students. Hope all of you are safe at home. So today in science we are going to discuss the remaining portions in the chapter separation of substances. So far we have discussed about different portions like the methods of separation of substances in a mixture. What are the different methods that we can adopt to separate the substances from a mixture? So first we have already studied about how we can separate solids from a mixture. So there are mainly four processes under this. The first one is hand picking method. So in hand picking method we can separate the solid substances by using the simple mechanical hand picking. And the second method is threshing, and in threshing we are used to separate the stalk of wheat grains by simply beating the crop in the ground or by using a machine called thresher. And we also discussed about winnowing. Winnowing is the process of separation of heavier and lighter particles by using wind or air blowing through it. And we can separate the husk and wheat grains by using this winnowing techniques. And also, what is sieving? What is sieving? Sieving is the technique that is used to separate the solid particle by using a sieve. Sieve is a mesh that contains different pore size, isn't it? So we can separate the substances having different size. Like in the case of stone can be separate from sand. And next we have discussed about how we can separate the insoluble solids from a mixture. In the case of sand mixed in water, we can separate the sand which will settle down at the bottom of the beaker, and this is called as a sediment, and the process is called as sedimentation. And when we pour the clear liquid into another vessel without disturbing the sediment is called as decantation. Okay. And the next is what is filtration. Filtration is the technique used to separate the insoluble solid with the help of a filter. So we have discussed an activity which is used a filter paper to filter the particles, isn't it? These are all the things that we have discussed in our previous classes. And what are the importance of filtration in our daily life? We can filter our drinking water by using a filter called osmotic filter by a process reverse osmosis. Okay, a reverse osmosis can be applied to filter the water by using a semi-permeable membrane. This membrane contains tiny pores in it. So we can filter the water by using reverse osmosis with the help of a semi-permeable membrane. Is that clear? So that's all about filtration. And next we are moving on to the next, that is how we can separate soluble solids from a mixture. How we can separate? We already know that what is solubility and what are the things that is soluble in water. For example, salt, then sugar is easily dissolving in water, and there are many other substances which dissolve easily in water. So how we can separate the dissolved salt and dissolved sugar from water? It is done with the help of a technique called evaporation. Evaporation is a process that can be applied to separate the soluble solids from a mixture. Okay, so in order to study about evaporation, we need to conduct an activity to separate dissolved salt in water. In this method of evaporation, the technique which is adopted that the liquids will evaporate or the liquids is vaporized easily by heating while the solids are not. So when the solids dissolve in water which could not be vaporized while the liquids are vaporized easily, so we can separate the solids. Is that clear? So we can see how we can separate the soluble salt from a water. Let's see how this activity is conducted.
To separate common salt dissolved in water, dissolve a teaspoon of salt in about 50 ml of water taken in a beaker and heat the solution of common salt by using a Bunsen burner. So water present in the salt solution evaporates to form steam. When all the water present in the solution of common salt get evaporated, common salt is left behind in the china dish as solid. So this process of changing of a liquid into its vapor by heating is called evaporation.
So the process of changing liquids into its vapors by heating is called as evaporation. What is evaporation? The process of changing liquids into its vapors. Vapors by heating is called as evaporation. As we know that seawater contain large quantity of salt. So we need to separate this salt for our household purposes. So how we can separate this salt from seawater? Yes, it is done by the following technique.
To obtain salt on a large scale, it is trapped in shallow ponds called lagoons and allowed to stand there. The heat of the sun gradually evaporates the water completely in the shallow ponds, leaving behind the solid salt. This mixture of salt is then purified in industry to obtain common salt.
Next we are moving on to the next topic, that is the separation of liquid from a mixture. How we can separate a liquid from a mixture? It is carried out by an activity called condensation. Condensation. What is condensation? This method is used to obtain liquid from a mixture. As we know that we obtain the solids from a liquid by using evaporation, isn't it? In addition to that, we can obtain liquids from a mixture of salt solution. How? So through heating, the water in a mixture is getting evaporated. That is, it is getting vapors. And by cooling this vapor, we can obtain the liquid form, the pure liquid form. I repeat, the process of getting liquid from vapors by cooling is called as condensation. What is condensation? Condensation is the process of changing vapor into its liquid state by cooling. That is condensation. Condensation is changing vapor into its liquid form by cooling. Okay, this process is called as condensation. So in the case of a salt solution, we can obtain the the pure water by vaporizing it, and when the vapors are cooled, it will get the pure water. Okay, that process is condensation, and we have to look into that activity in very detail.
In order to conduct the activity based on condensation to separate water from salt solution, first dissolve 20 gram of common salt in water to obtain salt solution. Pour the solution into a kettle and close it by a lid. Heat the kettle for some time till vapor comes out, and take a frying pan with ice cubes and hold it in a slanting position just above the spout of kettle. When steam comes in contact with the pan having ice, it cools and condenses to form droplets of water, and it is collected to a glass beaker. Hence, we can separate water from salt by using the method of condensation.
There is given a multiple choice activity in your textbook. There are two questions. The first one is tick the correct option. Mud from water can be separated by dash. And second one is, and there is 4 options is also given. So you have to choose the right answer. And the second question is, during filtration, the clear liquid obtained is called dash. So you have to choose the correct answer from the given options. So you need to write these questions in your notebook. And we can separate the mixture of two immiscible liquids like petroleum and water, mustard oil and water by using a separating funnel. As we know that the petrol and mustard oil is immiscible in water. So we can separate these two immiscible liquids by using a separating funnel. Okay, and next we are moving on to the next topic, that is separation of mixture by using more than one method. How we can separate a mixture by using more than one method of separation. So for studying this, we need to conduct another activity. So just watch what is to be done for studying this.
To separate the mixture of sand and salt in water, we need to leave the beaker containing the mixture for some time and sand settle down at the bottom, so we can separate the sand by decantation or filtration. And for obtaining pure water from the mixture of salt, heat the mixture of salt and water. When the water start boiling, we can collect it through condensation like in the picture. So the salt will remain behind the kettle. Similarly, we can separate salt, sand and water using the process of sedimentation, decantation or filtration, evaporation and condensation.
So today we have discussed about the separation of soluble solids from water or from a mixture, and the separation of liquids from a mixture, and also how we can separate the mixture by using different methods. I hope all of you understood the topic.